Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back with another banger video for you boys. Let's get straight into the recap. No talking. Let's just take this back to 9. We're gonna just start from 8:30, man. Let's just start from 8:30. We're gonna get into historical context, and then we'll get into the day. Anyways, as you can see on the chart, we had this daily, okay, we're not starting from the daily. We already inversed that a few days ago on Monday. Okay, let's start from right here. So as you can see, let me get rid of this. We had this, this is a big gap. We had this 4-hour gap right here. Yep, we had this 4-hour gap right here. We could see that we inversed it, just tiny. It's a tiny inverse, but we did inverse it. So coming into today, I was bullish. We also have our new week opening gap, as you can see with this yellow box. Didn't completely fill it, but did aggressively trade into the new week opening gap, right? While inversing this 4-hour bearish gap, we created this 4-hour bullish gap, right? So we're disrespecting bearish PD arrays, and we are respecting and creating bullish PD arrays, right? So essentially coming into today, I'm probably going to be looking for some type of long setup, right? We come down to the 1 hour. We have some significant gaps. We have a gap right here. This is our 4-hour gap. We have this tiny 1-hour gap right here that we see price does tag just barely, and we show some bearish displacement, right? I think we can just go to the 30. We could go to the 1, I believe. Also, this morning we did have PPI. So yesterday we had CPI, and today we had PPI, and we see that we create another bullish candle, 100 points off of it. And so coming into today, we have a data low, we have Asia low. We're in a 4-hour bullish gap, and we have a 1-hour bearish gap above us, right? While also disrespecting a 4-hour bearish gap. Now, how do we go into the market, with all of that information that we've acquired, right? We're probably going to be looking for some type of long. If longs don't work out, we'll probably look for shorts, right? There's only 2 buttons you can press. You feel me? So coming into today, we immediately manipulate lower, and I believe there was a 5-minute gap, right? Yep. We immediately manipulate into this 5-minute gap, and once again, I said I was looking for longs, but did I take longs right here? I did. Oh, I did. Okay, we had this 30-second right here. And this 30-second. Let me just mark it out like that. Let me get rid of this. So we had a 30-second bearish gap coming out of a 5-minute. Looking to target this, this pre-market chop, pre-market high right here, potentially tag into this 1 hour bearish gap, right? And I think this ended up, yeah. So once again, coming into today, I was bullish. So coming in, taking this long in live time, I was telling myself I didn't like it, and I felt, or not felt, but in hindsight, I felt like I kind of forced this trade. There was no need to, I really wanted to see, I really should let price develop. I didn't like the inverse that we would have gotten. I didn't like the gap that we were trying to inverse off of. Even though I was bullish, I really didn't like this play, and there's not much to really talk about other than the fact that, it instantly ran to SL. Placed my stops, and we just instantly ran to SL. So there's not really much to talk about. For some random reason, my accounts weren't copy trading, so I only took this on 1 account. I did end up blowing my account off of this trade. Right? And so we also have something similar to yesterday where we see our data low gets ran. Even though we could potentially be bullish, we have a play where our data low gets ran before other objectives are met. So, that's just something that we might need to keep in mind for further forward testing notice, you feel me, in live time. if we ever get a data candle that potentially it has more significance than other PD arrays on the chart, right? And so let me just get rid of all of this right here. So as we can see, we end up hitting our data low and we sweep our Asia low as well, and we aggressively trade into, what did we trade into? I believe it was a 15 minute. Okay, yeah, it was. We traded into this 15 right here. And coming into today, once again, obviously I said I was bullish. So after seeing us manipulate these data lows, sweeping this data low and this Asia low into a 15-minute gap, I believe it's also a 30. It is a 30 and it is a 1 hour. So yeah, we just manipulated into a 30, a 1 hour, and a 15, right? So right here, I was potentially looking for longs, even though, you know, at this same point in time, we created this 15-minute bearish gap. So it's like now there are two conflicting ideas that could potentially play out, right? We have Kant longs that could play out, or we have Kant shorts that could play out. If we're looking for longs, we like the fact that we tagged into a higher time frame PD array. We like the fact that we had this rejection block, or this rejection wick after sweeping out our lows. And, you know, we like the displacement higher. If we're looking for shorts, we want to see this bullish leg fail and potentially see a internal to external play. You feel me? To external. So those are our two conditions. But once again, we're coming out of a bullish gap. So this is the play I'm looking for first. And right here, we have this gap right here. And I took my entry. I took longs. I did take longs today. And I did go break even pretty quickly just due to the fact that we are once again tagging a unmitigated 15-minute bearish gap. So if Kant shorts do play out, it's like I don't want to be trading into high resistance liquidity. But these were the longs I took just in case they did play out. I didn't want to miss that. I did end up getting break even on this wick right here. And if we check ES was super bullish at this time, as you can see right here. ES was super bullish. So I thought these longs were going to play out. I did end up getting break even. Let me go ahead and delete this, right? I did end up getting break even on that long idea. And now we tagged into the 15-minute bearish gap. And it's like, if this holds, we can look to take shorts. And did we get a sweep? We didn't get a sweep of this high. Honestly, we got a sweep of this internal liquidity. And I got break even, and once again I saw these two ideas on the chart, so it's not like I'm just switching buys back and forth, but there are valid reasons for both ideas to play out, right? And so I was scared of the fact that Kant shorts could play out, which is the reason I went break even. So now when I see the ability to take Kant shorts, it's like I'd be dumb to not take the Kant shorts, you feel me? So we tagged the 15-minute gap, and this is a quick turnaround, you know, nice V shape you're looking for. Stops at the candle high, at the wick high, 1 minute inverse, and I front run it to the body close. So it's not like a OC front run, but I do front run it to the body close, and we just run. You know, it's such a nice continuation short play. Targeting this low right here, and I'll talk about that later, but let me just make this white so that y'all can see it. This is the play right here. 10-minute play. You know, super simple, nice displacement, and just really good delivery. And I think this is probably the best play of the week. A 104-point trade right here. We did end up dumping, I believe, for a while, and then we retraced. So this is my play. Pretty simple. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't liked the delivery that that's low-key a tongue twister. The delivery, you feel me? That I stuttered on purpose, by the way. But I haven't liked the delivery that Market has been giving us. I feel like there's been a distinct difference between this month's price action and last month's price action. We are currently 15 days into the month, and I just feel like it's been pretty piss poor in comparison. Yeah. So once again, my copy trader wasn't working. And so I only was able to take this on one account. I did blow my one account on the long play I took, and I blew another, and then I took this winning trade on another account. So I was up 1,300 on the day, As y'all can see, I did risk 7 contracts. Y'all do the math on TP to. I did make 1,300. It was 1,400 on the day actually. Let me be exact. But yeah, super simple. The play was simple. Navigating and reading the market prior to the play was not, and I do believe sometimes you have to pay to play, and I paid to play, and I reevaluated what I was looking for and what I was assessing, and I was able to come out clean with this nice 104-point play right here. But I think that's pretty much it for today's recap. I hope your boys caught a dub. If not, why not just keep grinding, keep not, we'll do, you know what I mean? I am gonna start a IG page just to look to boost the community, get more content everywhere. Help me start growing as a creator, as a trader. Get more views and such and such. So I'm gonna create a IG account, and I'll start posting on it by the time it is uploaded or created, I should say. And I'll probably link it down below for y'all boys. Yeah, why not us though? Yep.